All right, Aloha. Welcome to another Aloha Friday drip right into your ear hole. I'm excited about it. I don't know exactly what we're going to chat about, but I know that we're going to chat about something bitching. JC Campbell on the mic's going to let us know.
Here I am, Jackson Campbell here. Just before we get started, quick intro to the Growthcast. Monday through Thursday, we have episodes with Dallas Pruitt with the Daily Drip. Friday, which is this episode right now, which is Aloha Friday with Tyler Deveraux and myself,
the one and only,
where I jump on with Tyler Deveraux. And then Saturday, we have an extended cut where, again, I jump on with Dallas Pruitt and we talk about a mindset principle. But the Growthcast's purpose is to help people grow in every aspect of their life. So we're pumped about it. We love the Growthcast. Just wanted to give a quick introduction of what the Growthcast is as we get started for our new listeners today. But the topic...
I love how you just, we love the Growthcast. You're damn right we love the Growthcast.
We do, dude.
And I know you do too.
We do. This is seriously like my favorite part of the week is getting to record these with you.
Yeah, dude, I love it too, man. Hey, real quick, last one we talked about, Aloha Friday Drip was, feeling overwhelmed and systems and process to overcome overwhelm. And, I talked about my New York event and how I just wasn't in my best headspace there. And so I go to San Fran. And I just got back from an event in San Francisco, and going to that event, and here's what's crazy. The night before, for whatever reason, I couldn't sleep worth crap. So Thursday night, starting it on Friday. Everything okay over there?
Yeah.
You looked concerned. Jackson just looked at the recording device and looked concerned.
I apologize. I'll keep my facial expressions mute.
Keep your nonverbal communication down, bro. Turn it down. But I go to San Fran, and Thursday night, I literally cannot fall asleep. And that's I went to bed at probably 3. I just laid in bed, dude. My mind's just racing.
Man.
I'm ideas and stuff like that,
Yeah.
So I got a whole list of ideas. But so think about I had an hour sleep, and I'm like, shit. And that was piggybacked off of a red eye the night before.
Yeah.
But, bro, that San Fran event brought so much just energy out the gates. So, Friday, dude, I literally did not feel tired one even second. So much energy right out the gates. Bro, I had so much fun. Probably one of the most grateful groups that I've ever talked to as well. Just, gratitude out the gates, which is gratitude. I've mentioned this before a million times, but gratitude is one of the most powerful emotions on the planet, It's just a great group, dude. I had so much fun.
You could probably feel that. And that's what energized you. An actionable in that experience alone is a reminder that you bring energy to whatever space or whatever it is that you're going into.
Yeah.
And people feed off of it. So if you can be a positive energy in those types of circumstances, definitely be it, because you never know who you're going to impact.
Totally.
That's awesome.
But can I tell you an experience before we dive in?
Absolutely.
There was a lady there named Samantha. And Samantha, if you're listening to this, shout out to you, okay? Samantha has overcome challenges, man. In fact, it's crazy because at one point during the, right in the beginning, I said something like, I'm not good at, and she's like, hey, you're getting better at. And I was like, oh, I freaking love that,
Yeah.
She's a positive, but she's overcome some challenges, man. Challenges, just paint one little small picture there. There was some events that happened in her life that caused some brain issues, and she couldn't read for a number of years.
Oh, wow.
Just crazy stuff. But dude, she's there and she's overcome these challenges. She is just the most happy, positive man. I'm just literally inspiring. My goal when I go there is to uplift, inspire, and encourage, right? I was getting that from the group. Well, then there's another lady there. Her name's Renata. Also just so happy and positive and energetic and just the best freaking energy. And on Sunday, Renata comes in, and our mentorship isn't cheap. It's a big commitment. And she'd come in with 2 checks, one for her, one for Samantha. And when we, which is just
it takes your breath away, dude. That's insane.
Incredible. Now, we told her, hey, man, if that's really what you would like to do.
Can I say how much the mentorship is? Just to give some weight. It's 40 grand. Yep. It's just under 40 grand. Yep. So she brought a check in to pay for hers
yep.
and for Samantha's.
Yep.
Wow.
And then when we told her, like, listen, if that's really what you would like to do, man, let's make you guys partners. You know, like, so you don't have to spend
an extra
an extra
40 grand. Yeah.
And she says, this is Renata. She says, "Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Now I can just give that to Samantha." What in the world, man? There are amazing people out there. I don't give a shit what you see on the news, what you hear from wherever. I'm telling you right now, go get out in the world and talk to people. You think that there's not amazing people out there? Go talk to people. There's amazing people out there. I mean, just amazing people, dude. And you know what? Renata, you're in deep shit because you didn't come say goodbye at the end. Okay? But, man, you inspired me, man. You inspired me. You just inspired me.
Yeah,
so,
and me
people.
as well, just hearing that story. Man, Renata, that's special. That's awesome. Yeah. Wow, shout out Renata for sure.
Yeah.
It's kind of in line with the topic that we're going to talk about today too. I wanted to kind of pose a question. The question being, when does it get easier? Or I guess a better question would probably be, does it get easier? Right? And I'm talking
process.
They'll get growth, just growing, just life, the process, everything. Does it get easier?
No. Like the struggles and the problems, they don't get smaller, right? We just get bigger. So the struggles and the problems don't get smaller, we just get bigger. But we have to really be intentional about getting bigger. It's funny because people think that they just have this misconception. They have this viewpoint in their head that eventually they're going to reach this point where everything's just going to be, whew. Now, when I get there, it's like everything's going to be, then shit's going to be. No, it's not, dude. No, it's not, man. If you're growing, if you're like growth and challenges, well, first off, growth requires challenges, struggle. Like that's what growth is overcoming those things. The minute that you stop having challenges, the minute you stop growing.
Yep. Which
I'm going to promise, if you stop growing, you're not going to feel joy. You're not going to feel gratitude. You're not going to feel self-worth. It's like, no, dude, we just have to focus on getting, and I know that you know that.
Yeah.
But I love that question leading in. But we all know that. That's the thing, bro. We all know that. But we tell ourselves this different story up here, this internal dialogue of like, no, eventually we'll just get. No, it won't, man. No, it won't. But the key is this, dude. You have to find joy through the process, right?
Yeah.
The whole way through the process. Like, you know, Britt and I went on this youth group trip, and we took this group of, I think the ages were maybe 12 to 15-year-olds, and we went on girls to a trip down in Hana. And it was interesting because I don't know why this example comes up, but it comes up in my mind, right? We get down there, so it's a group of girls, right? We get down there to the camping. We're camping.
Okay.
We get down to the campsite, and they're all setting up their tents. Well, I'm the only dude, by the way. Like, I'm the only dude.
Okay.
So part of me is like, okay, do I help these girls set up their tents? No, I just want to sit back and watch them set up their tents. You know, I'm like, no, I'm going to see how this goes, you know? So I swear to God, I did. I sat back and I was like, let's see how this goes. And here's what I noticed. I noticed you had some that, and first off, it doesn't just happen, obviously.
Yeah.
Like setting up a tent and anything in our life, it doesn't just happen. Like you have to put in the work, you know?
Yep.
You have to put the pieces together. But some of those girls were complaining, and it was anything but joyful. But the others, some of them were just joyful.
Yeah.
Like they were no better at putting together a tent, but they were having fun learning how to put together a tent. It's the same damn chore.
Yeah. Same task.
Same thing.
Yeah.
But man, if you're not putting in the work, I'll tell you this, if you're not putting in the work, first off, all of them were putting in the work. So that's number one.
Yeah.
So those of you out there who are not even putting in the work, listen, man, if you don't put in the work of setting up a tent, you don't deserve the shelter of a tent. You don't deserve it. But for those of you who are putting in the work, which is most of you, if not all of you listening to this, if you're listening to this, I'd imagine.
You're putting in the work, listen to it.
But you need to put in the work outside of just listening, that's for sure. But dude, success takes work, and it takes joy, and it takes time, you know? But just because it takes work and time doesn't mean that you can't have joy. The first step is to understand, first step into making better decisions and to making it easier, if you will, is changing your perception. It's like literally finding joy in it. You know, those actions evolve from our perceptions. So man, let's have We know we're going to have struggles our whole life, I guess is what I'm saying. We know that, dude. So let's enjoy it.
Yeah.
Let's find joy in overcoming it. Let's find joy in figuring out the puzzle, whatever it is, right?
Yeah. I just kind of want to backtrack a little bit to when you said the joy doesn't come in achieving whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, but the process to achieving that whatever it is that you're trying to achieve in that end goal, that desired end state. I remember seeing a video from Jordan B. Peterson, and he talked about how a lot of people think the goal is to be sipping Mai Tais on the beach all the time.
Yeah.
But those are moments that you have.
Yeah.
Those are moments in your life that, once you're working, checking off goals, maybe you'll have the opportunity to do these things, but that's not what you want to do your whole life.
No.
You don't want to sit on the beach just drinking Mai Tais and just chilling. There is no fulfillment, no growth, no joy. I mean, you might find some temporary joy there, but the growth and the happiness and that joy comes from the challenges, comes from overcoming those challenges.
Yes.
So I just wanted to loop that back in, just to give another perspective is, we want to have all these nice things, but those nice things offer temporary joy. Yeah. The joy is something that comes from within and going through that process.
Bro, I experienced that when we moved to Maui.
Yeah.
Maui had been on this pedestal.
Yeah.
Bro, on the way, I just said that on the way home from San Francisco, I watched 40-Year-Old Virgin.
So good.
Oh,
so funny.
My hell. Bro, I had not seen it for years, and they talk about putting the P on a pedestal. Bro, I'm on this plane, and I usually have my own pod. This is the first flight, long haul flight that I'd taken for a while that I didn't have my own pod. I was sitting next to somebody. That might sound bougie, and it is bougie, but I'm sitting next to somebody. And I could not quit laughing, bro. I was like literally laughing out loud. I was that dude. I was like, this is the funniest damn movie. Anyway.
Okay, so you put Maui on this pedestal.
This pedestal, dude. And then we get here. Oh, it just took me back. I literally anyway, we get here.
I wish I was sitting next to you. Just not knowing what's going on and you're just giggling.
What's interesting is the flight, how it was laid out. There were some people that were facing backwards. I know, it was weird. It was different. And so from where I'm sitting, I could see this other dude, and he's just watching me laughing my ass off. And I was like, dude, you got to watch what I'm watching, you know? Anyway, we get here, though, and once again, we've been working so hard for so long to get here. And the goal is to just spend unobstructed time with kids, before they get into school. And so that's all we did. We did adventures every day, like literally every day. And don't get me wrong, that was awesome.
Yeah.
But we're talking like a month, 2 months in, it was kind of like, there was almost like a letdown. It's like, okay, well, dude, this is awesome, but like, what's next, What's next? And once again, not that those events are not joyful. Those events are joyful, but dude, it's literally a scientific fact that there's more dopamine released on the pursuit of a goal than the attainment of that goal. Which dopamine is nature's way of saying yes, more of that.
Good job. Yep.
If that's the case, maybe it shows us that true happiness, growth is on the pursuit of great things, not necessarily just the attainment of great things. Yes, we want to obtain those great things, but understand that the pursuit is what brings us so much joy, dude. If we really find joy on the journey, the pursuit, dude, the result is inevitable. It's a byproduct of that, right? Uh-huh. You got to find joy in the journey, though. But understand that whole way, like and I was having this conversation actually with somebody at this past event where they were like, man, I feel like if I can get X, Y, Z put in place, it's just going to be easier for me to do this. No, it's not, dude.
Yeah.
No, it's not. You finding out, I'm just telling you right now, the more that you get, the more that you grow, the higher that you climb up the mountain. In mountain climbing, the higher you go, the pressure gets, there's less pressure, right? In mountain climbing. But success is the opposite. The higher you go, there's more pressure. So if you can't manage your time and your life right now with the level you're at right now, you'll never be able to manage it at that next step that you're looking to. So how do you begin to manage it? You focus on where you're at right now. You improve your situation right now, understanding that, man, if I can figure out how to better this, then I'm going to get here. And then then it's going to be a struggle too, because then I'm going to try to be getting here. And then I can, right? It's that growth process.
Yeah.
There's going to be a struggle all the way along, and that is joyful.
Yeah, it's overcoming those struggles is what brings you the joy.
Yeah.
Right? And overcoming those struggles doesn't mean you've obtained your goal. It means you've made a step towards your goal.
Grown.
You know, you've grown, you've gotten bigger. So yeah, exactly. Dude. Oh man.
That's why you need
So
mindset.
powerful.
That's why you need mindset as you grow. You have to, dude. Everyone wants wealth and happiness, but like, do they really want it? Like, do they really want it? Because that takes a lot of work. You can get lucky and make money, but you cannot get lucky and create wealth. You can get lucky and make money, but you can't get lucky and create wealth. True wealth, that takes growth, purpose, strategy. Like, I look at those individuals I'm about to go to a mastermind in Miami next week.
Yeah.
And with a bunch of people that a lot of them are way farther down the line than I am. Those people have been putting in the work a lot of the times longer than I've been putting it in. And they have better systems on what they've been putting in. And they have better strategies. Why am I going down to Miami? It's a long flight. It's on the other side of the freaking world.
Yeah.
Why am I doing that? Because I know that by going there, I can find something that will help me grow and improve. And it's going to be joyful.
It is. Awesome, dude. Okay, I kind of want to circle back and ask you a question. You said the struggles and problems don't get smaller, you get bigger. Mm-hmm. Right? Explain that just a little bit more. What do you mean by that? Because if the problems aren't getting smaller, but I'm getting bigger, does that mean the problems should be easier?
No, because the problems get bigger.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Problems get bigger, dude. I'm just telling you, the more that you grow, think about any stage in life. We talk about it right now with our kids. And Pax and Marley are young. They're small, so small kids, small problems, right? We look at some of our other friends who have bigger kids and big kids, big problems. And as a kid, you had small problems. As an adult, you have bigger problems, but you're more equipped to handle those problems. Yeah. How did you get there? You struggled. Uh-huh. You figured shit out. But sometimes, for whatever reason, we just forget that that's literally what it takes, is to figure shit out. But everything has a purpose. Every season has a purpose. We did a Maui meeting, and it was a Maui meeting we do once a month where we talk to everybody on the company and we do a little training. And I gave this example of taro leaves, the taro plant out here in Hawaii. And Hawaiians love the taro plant because everything in that plant has purpose. Literally everything in it is used. Like the leaves help create delicious meals at luau's. If you've ever been to a Hawaiian luau, right? It's called, one of them is called laulau, where they take pork and they wrap it up in these taro leaves and they put it into the imu, which is an underground oven, and it's very good. And then the root gets ground up and cleaned out, whatever, and then ground up and into poi. And poi has a bunch of vitamins and minerals in it, which is awesome. And then everything else goes back into the ground as fertilizer for more taro. So the taro plant, like literally every ounce of it has a purpose. It's used, right? Well, every season of our life has a purpose as well. Like literally every season of our life. Like you have, childhood, when you're going to school, you have adulthood, you have, being a parent, a young parent, an older parent. Every one of them has a purpose, but you have to attach why to what it is. Like your season of your life right now, you're going through it for a reason, for a purpose. There's purpose in it. Like literally there is purpose in it. But bringing it kind of full circle is every stage, every season, there's going to be challenges.
Yep.
And all of those challenges are for a bigger, greater purpose to get you to the next season of life, Yeah. Like if you don't prepare in the summer, when winter comes, you're going to be cold and no food.
Yeah.
But if you prepare in the summer, man, the winter comes, you're going to be solid, dude. But in the summer, if you're just coasting, if you ain't doing shit, if you're just complaining about how hot it is, well, you're going to be complaining about how cold it is in the winter. And if you're just complaining about how cold it is in the winter, you're going to be complaining about how hot it is in the summer. It's like, dude, perspective, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I don't even know if any of that made sense, but
no, that definitely makes sense, dude. Because as you're talking about these seasons in life, right? And they prepare you for that next season or that next challenge, right?
Yes.
It just reminds me of that principle that you and Dal and I are always saying, that life's happening for you, not to you.
Yep.
Right? These things, these challenges that pop up, should be happy.
Sell yourself on that.
Yeah, you do have to sell yourself on it because challenges are hard. Like they're challenges. They're supposed to be difficult, right? So you have to sell yourself that those challenges are there to serve you, but you really have to understand that too.
Yeah.
It really, like, every challenge is there to push you and prepare you for whatever's coming next. And I truly believe that for sure.
So, as you're saying that, it just makes me think that it's like, how does it push you? How does it prepare you? You have to see the bigger picture. It's so easy to just get caught up in where we're at in that moment.
Yeah.
You have to see this bigger picture. Like the struggle that you're going through right now, how is that going to get you to that why? Do you even know what that why is? Do you know what that bigger picture is? I believe probably what causes most frustration is that you're not seeing the bigger picture. You're not seeing how this small aspect can lead to bigger, greater things. So you have to have a why attached to it, right? Like I made that post the other day about, I made that, did you see that post about me talking about when I was dating Britt?
Yeah.
First dated Britt. If you didn't see this post, when I first started dating Britt, her roommate was dating an underwear model. And at this point, I'm serious, I was in the worst shape of my life. I remember like literally the worst shape of my life. And I remember walking out in the hallway and he's like in his, gym shorts or whatever, no shirt on. And I was like, oh, bro, you're freaking jacked, man. Dude, get a shirt on, you asshole, And he's like, bro, listen, man, you don't want this. It takes too much work. You don't want this. And in the post, I was talking about how I was like offended by that. I was like, yeah, I do. Yes, I freaking do. I'm willing to put in the work,
Yeah.
I'm willing to put in the work. And I'm obviously no underwear model, but I literally started to put in that work, dude. But the same is also true. And then I made this post about, getting a good sized check into my bank account, good $750K. And how what I said was I was still at the office though, right? Still about to go in and put in the work, still about to go put in another 12-hour day. And so question is
still hauling your backpack in and out of the office every day because you take work home with you. Like you're still doing those things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Still, why though? Because I know the bigger picture. I know the why behind it, right? A lot of people just see like a big number of a check deposit or living in Maui, or they just see that stuff, but they don't see what I've done to get there. Not just me. That's anybody that's achieved anything.
Yeah.
You only see them where they're at. You don't see what they've done to get there. Dude, listen, lots of sacrifice, lots of struggle. And guess what? Right now, lots of sacrifice, lots of struggle. So the question is like, wherever you're at, whatever season you're in, how are you going to get to where you're looking to go? Dude, be the best at where you're at right now. The best at what you're trying to do right now. You want to be an entrepreneur. You want to be the owner of a company. You want to be whatever it is you're trying to be. Well, dude, and be the best employee right now. Be literally the best at what you're doing right now. Another thing is expect to win. Like literally live intentionally and expect to win. Expect to win, knowing that this season is going to prepare you to the next season. Mm-hmm. But you have to expect that growth is going to happen. Not be shocked that it's going to happen, or not be doubtful as you're going through challenges that it may not happen because you're going through challenges. No, those challenges are going to help you make it happen and actually keep it. Not just luck into it, but keep it, right?
Yeah, no. So powerful. And something that I just want to add there is these challenges come up because they need to come up.
Yeah.
Because like that's where you're at in the road.
Yep.
It's a part of growth. Like if you're not seeing challenges, that's an issue.
Yes.
That's an indicator that maybe you're not doing something quite right. You need these challenges to help you become the person that you want to be, right? We talk about that on here, about growing to becoming the individual that you want to become. You can't become that individual without these challenges that are going to mold you and shape you as you figure out how to overcome these challenges into that person that you want to become. So not only do challenges help you grow and help you do all these things that we're talking about right now, but they also enhance your belief of who you want to become and that person that you're trying to become. And that's what I'm trying to say, is that these challenges are good. You want them to come. You want to figure out ways to overcome them. Challenges are a good indicator that you're headed in the right direction.
Yes.
And as you overcome them, you're then becoming that person that you're trying to become.
Dude, you're selling yourself on every freaking step of the way. Like, I was talking to Leaf. We had a student come in. His name's Leaf, who was in here yesterday, or Leif. Sorry,
Leif. Yep.
And
it's awesome having him here, by the way.
talking about being all in.
Yeah.
And he thought like being all in means like you have to stop everything else you're doing. That's not what being all in means. Being all in means mentally you are all in. That means that like as you hit struggles, your mental isn't, God, I knew that this wouldn't work, or man, this is dude, that's part of the process. You're all into wherever you're looking to go, meaning you're willing to overcome everything that you need to overcome to get there, dude. Everything you need to overcome to get there. Some people aren't going to be able to get to where you're looking to go easier because they start with advantages that you don't have.
Sure.
Some people are starting with things way behind.
Yep.
And literally, I look at myself as somebody who started way behind most people. But you know what? Overcoming those challenges to leapfrog those mother effers builds like massive confidence in who you are as a person. Last week, we talked about being overwhelmed, right? And if you remember, there's one point where I talked about, just not being my best self on Sunday, and then standing at the door and being like, like working through that freaking struggle, and then being like, that's what makes you elite, And people will laugh at that, but I'm telling you, that's what you do throughout the journey. The whole time you overcome a challenge, don't just take it at face value. Drill that fucking lesson home. Like, yes, I just overcame that challenge. Let's fucking go, because that's going to help you overcome the next challenge. The next time you pound your chest again and you go through the next one. Like, that's what growth looks like. But if you don't recognize it, celebrate it, move forward, you're not, then the next challenge you get, you're going to be like, fuck, can I do this? Yeah, you can do it, because look at all the other shit that you've done. This is another fucking Tuesday, dude. Let's go.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, so powerful and so motivating. Ty, thank you so much, man. This has been some great content, some great golden nuggets for sure. Is there a Hawaiian value that you want to end today on?
Same one that I shared at the Maui meeting, which is ho'ohana, which is do meaningful work. Ho'ohana means to do meaningful work. But if you're going to do meaningful work, that takes action. So ho'o means to do or to be. And hana is Hawaiian's favorite word for work. It's work. But hana also means job, reason, service, commitment. So I want you to put this into perspective. Like ho'ohana, to do meaningful work, you have to do things. You have to be committed to it. You have to serve others. You have to have a reason behind it, a why behind it. Man, everything that you're doing has a why. And if you don't have a why, then you're going to become miserable and victim-based. But if you have a why behind the work, then you're going to be grateful. And man, listen, Nico, who works here in the office, my assistant, you don't think I didn't see this note. We're waving at each other through the glass. Don't think I didn't see this note on my mirror yesterday, or my whiteboard yesterday. She said, my power lies in my attention. My power lies in my attention. I choose to give my energy to what nourishes me. I want you to just really think about that. My power lies in my attention. I choose to give my energy to what nourishes me. What nourishes you? Give your attention there. That's how you'll be able to know if you really want it or not. If you really want it, that's where you'll put your energy.
So powerful.
And it'll be meaningful work.
Yes.
Ho'ohana.
Ho'ohana. Something to add along those lines is ho'ohana. It makes it easier to overcome those challenges that we've been talking about this episode.
Yes.
If there's purpose and meaning behind what it is that you're doing, those challenges don't have an option but to become overcame.
Yep.
Because they're in your way, because you have such purposeful, meaningful work. Just overcome those challenges and get them out of the way.
I love it, dude. I love it.
Thank you, dude.
Thank y'all, man. Thanks for listening. Go share, comment, review, like, follow, heart, whatever, all this shit.
Turn the bell on or whatever on YouTube.
Turn the bell, the notification, all those things. Go Google what you got to do, then do it. Make it meaningful. And then also live always with aloha. Peace.